The galaxy was quiet that night, too quiet for the outer patrol stations. Captain Rylox of the Zelthar border fleet sat inside his command chamber, watching the deep space scanners blink with their usual slow rhythm. For years, nothing big had happened near this remote sector. Small smuggler ships, lost cargo drones, the usual. But tonight, something felt different. He could not explain it, but the air in the control room felt heavy, like a storm waiting to fall. At exactly 3:12, the silence finally broke. A sharp alarm rang across the station. Every screen flashed red. The energy sensors, usually calm and slow, suddenly spiked so high that the system froze for 3 seconds, as if shocked by its own numbers. Officers jumped from their seats. Technicians shouted in confusion. Captain Rylox rushed to the main console and stared at the readings, his eyes widening. A single energy pulse had appeared in the darkness. A pulse so strong that it pushed every scanner to maximum limit. But the strangest part was its signature, clean, stable, elegant. No known alien race had technology like this. "What is this?" the captain whispered. His second officer, a young reptilian named Saran, trembled as he read the data. "Sir, this energy pattern does not match the Archon Empire, the Corran Collective, or even the ancient Star Furnace races. It is completely new." The bridge went silent for a moment. Even the light seemed dimmer. Every soul on the station felt the same thought rising inside them. Something impossible was coming. The energy pulse grew stronger, spreading like a quiet wave through the void. It was not a weapon. It was not an explosion. It felt more like an awakening. "Locate the source," Captain Rylox ordered. Saran swallowed. "It is not moving, sir. It is just sitting there, like it is waiting." Waiting for what? No one wanted to ask. The hologram map zoomed in on the unknown location. There was nothing at first, only empty space. Then, slowly, something began to shimmer. A faint outline appeared in the darkness, blurry like a ghost underwater. "Is that a ship?" one officer whispered. The outline grew brighter. Metal lines formed. Wings shaped themselves. Armor plates appeared from nothing. It was as if the ship was being drawn by an invisible hand. The patrol fleet held their breath as the unknown vessel completed its form, and then, in a flash of silent light, it fully decloaked. Every officer gasped. The ship was massive, sleek, dark, silent. Its hull glowed with soft blue lines that pulsed like a heartbeat. No empire in the galaxy built ships with such grace and power. This vessel looked ancient yet advanced, calm yet frightening. Captain Rylox felt cold fear crawl across his skin. This was not technology. This was art mixed with power. "Identify it," he shouted. But the scanner gave a response no one expected. Unknown. No database matched. No symbol matched. No language matched. It was like this ship had never existed anywhere in the galaxy. "What do we do, sir?" Saran whispered. Captain Rylox had never felt so small. "Send a wide broadcast. Ask them to identify themselves." The message was sent. Seconds passed. Silence. Then, the ship moved. Not fast. Not aggressive. Just a slow, graceful tilt, like it was looking at them. A cold voice crackled through the speakers. "Calm. Controlled. Human. Do not attack. Stand by." Every officer froze. Human. That was impossible. Humans were legends, stories told in old war books about a small, forgotten planet named Earth. The Council had erased them from all official maps. They were believed extinct, or worse, irrelevant. But this voice, it was human. Strong and steady. Captain Rylox felt his heart pound. Humans. That is not possible. Earth was destroyed. Their fleets were broken long ago. Saran shook his head. Sir, what if the stories were wrong? Before they could think further, panic broke the air. A rookie gunner from a nearby patrol ship, terrified and shaking, fired a warning shot at the unknown vessel. The beam struck the human ship directly. And did nothing. No movement. No shield glow. No impact shockwave. The beam simply vanished upon touching the hull, like a spark hitting an ocean. Captain Rylox shouted, "Cease fire," but it was too late. The rest of the patrol fleet, frightened by the rookie's mistake, opened fire in confusion. Beams, missiles, ion bursts, all rushed toward the unknown human vessel. The result was the same. Nothing. It was like attacking a mountain with dust. Then, the human ship finally answered. A soft blue wave spread from its hull, passing gently through the alien fleet. It did not destroy. It did not damage. It simply shut everything down, engines, weapons, power cores, like turning off lights in a room. Every ship went dark. Captain Rylox gasped. What kind of technology is this? A new message echoed through the command room, calm but carrying unimaginable authority. We did not come for war. But we will defend ourselves. Silence fell. Everyone in the station realized one truth at the same time. The humans never disappeared. They only evolved. And now, they were back. For the first time in his career, Captain Rylox could hear nothing, no engine hum, no comms chatter, no weapon charging sounds. The entire patrol fleet floated helplessly in the silent dark. All ships, all systems, all power, gone. As if the void itself had swallowed their strength. The unknown human vessel hung in front of them like a calm, sleeping giant. It did not glow with heat. It did not charge weapons. It simply existed with a confidence that felt more dangerous than any weapon ever built. Inside the control room, panic began to rise. Systems offline. I can't restart the core. The backup generators are dead. Our entire fleet is paralyzed. Officers shouted in fear as red backup lights flickered weakly, giving the chamber a haunting glow. Captain Rylox forced himself to remain steady. Fear was the enemy's greatest friend. He took a slow breath, trying to control the rising tremor in his voice. What did they do to us?" he muttered. No one knew. Saran, the second officer, kept checking his console manually. "Sir, this is not an attack. There is no damage. They didn't disable us with force. They gently shut everything down." Rylox stared at the motionless human ship outside the viewport. How can a shutdown be gentle? Saran looked at him with fear in his eyes. When the power to destroy is even greater. The human vessel suddenly flickered with a soft blue line along its hull, slow, elegant, heartbeat-like. Not threatening, but impossibly controlled. It felt like the ship was breathing. A moment later, the alien fleet's communication channel lit up again. A calm, confident human voice echoed through every ship. "You fired first. We responded with restraint." Every officer went still. Even breathing became difficult. The voice continued. "We are the Terran Deep Fleet. Our mission is peaceful. But we will protect ourselves if forced." Terran. That word struck the deepest fear in the room. Old history books whispered about Terrans, humans who disappeared thousands of years ago after the Galactic Council banned Earth from major decisions. The Council had mocked them, crushed their colonies, and pushed them out of the galaxy's core routes. Most believed humans died out in the dark. But now, this ship proved they were not only alive. They had become something far greater. Captain Rylox swallowed hard. "Open a channel. Now." Static, then a sudden click. "You may speak," the human voice said. Rylox felt his throat tighten. This is Captain Rylox of the Zelfar Border Fleet. We apologize for the attack. It was a mistake. Our rookie panicked. We did not intend to provoke. Fear makes many do foolish things, the human replied calmly. We understand. The captain froze. He expected anger or threats, not understanding. Something about that calmness made the humans even more terrifying. Saran whispered, "Sir, the human ship is scanning us." What kind of scan? Unknown, but gentle. It is reading our technology, our defense, our history. Rylox felt his legs weaken. Humans were using sensors far more advanced than anything in the galaxy. Before he could process it, the human voice spoke again. You are not our enemy. But you are in danger. What danger? Rylox asked. A short pause. Then a chilling answer. Something is coming. Something that will not show mercy. The room fell silent. Even the blinking lights seemed to freeze. The human continued. Your galaxy is not ready. Your fleets are not strong enough. Your council refuses to see the storm approaching. Rylox felt the truth in every word. What storm? The human voice lowered, calm but serious. The Void Swarm. Every officer gasped. The Void Swarm was an old legend, a story told to frighten young soldiers. A species from outside the galaxy. A species that ate stars, devoured planets, and left nothing alive. No one truly believed they existed. Until now. Saran whispered, how do humans know about them? The human answered as if reading their thoughts. Because we fought them before. Far from this galaxy. Far from your council's eyes. Rylox felt the room growing colder. We left this galaxy not because we were weak, the human said. We left because we needed time. Time to evolve. Time to prepare. A quiet heartbeat-like pulse glowed across the hull of the Terran ship. Slowly. Calmly. Powerfully. Then the human voice gave them the truth that froze every alien soul. The Void Swarm has found this galaxy. And they will be here soon. Saran's hands shook. Sir, if this is true, we are not ready. No empire is ready. Rylox looked at the screen, at the massive human vessel floating motionless yet unstoppable. Terran ship, he said with a trembling voice, why reveal yourselves now? The answer was simple, but heavy. Because you still have time to stand. But only if you stand with us. The human ship glowed softly again, and in that moment, every alien officer understood one truth. Humans did not just return. Humans returned to save the galaxy. But only if the galaxy accepted their help. And deep inside, Captain Rylox feared something even more. If this is only one human ship, how powerful is the entire Terran fleet? The alien fleet floated helpless in the dark, still recovering from the shock of the shutdown pulse. But now, a new signal appeared on every screen, soft and stable, like a heartbeat tapping against the silence. Captain Rylox leaned closer. What now? Saran whispered, Sir, this new signal is not coming from the ship's engines or weapons. It is a communication beacon, but far more advanced. The lights inside the control room flickered once. Then a hologram slowly formed in the air, tall, clear, and unmistakably human. Gasps filled the command deck. A man stood in the blue hologram field, calm and steady as if he belonged in the center of a storm. His uniform was dark silver, simple but sharp. A symbol glowed on his chest, an unknown emblem shaped like a rising star held within a circle. No alien recognized it. But everyone understood one thing. This man was a leader. The human looked around the alien bridge, as if he could see each officer clearly, even through the hologram link. Then he spoke. I am Commander Aaron Hale of the Terran Deep Fleet. Every alien officer froze. The room felt smaller, the air heavier. Rylox forced himself to speak. "See Commander Hale, you are human." "That is impossible. Humans disappeared thousands of years ago." Aaron's eyes held no anger, only a deep calm that made him even more intimidating. "We did not disappear," he said softly. "We walked away." The words hit the room hard. Aaron continued, his voice steady and controlled. "Your council silenced Earth. They banned us from meetings. They ignored our warnings. They treated us as a small, loud species with no value." Rylox felt shame twist in his chest. The old stories, once dismissed as exaggerated, suddenly felt brutally true. "We survived what you forced us to face alone," Aaron said, his expression unreadable. "So we chose a new path. We left the galaxy, and we built our strength far beyond your borders." Saran whispered to himself, "That ship, that technology, they evolved beyond us." Aaron heard him. He turned toward Saran and nodded faintly. "Yes. Humanity evolved." The weight of that simple sentence filled every corner of the room. The captain cleared his throat. "Commander, you said a threat is coming. The Void Swarm. Are they real?" Aaron's eyes narrowed slightly. "Real. Merciless. And closer than you think." He raised his hand, and a new hologram formed beside him, this one showing star maps, swirling red lines, and a dark mass creeping toward the galaxy's outer rim. The alien stared in horror. Saran felt his throat tighten. That swarm looks enormous." Aaron nodded. "The Void Swarm does not conquer planets. It consumes them." The hologram showed a sun collapsing like a dying flame. "This is what they did to the Alphen Spiral." Another image, broken planets, silent moons, a system devoured. "This is what they did to the Vora cluster." Rylox shook his head slowly, unable to believe what he was seeing. "And you fought them?" Aaron's calm expression never changed. "We lost many. But we learned. And now we know how to fight them." The captain's fear mixed with disbelief. "You came back to save us?" Aaron's voice remained calm, but something heavy hid beneath it. "We came back because the swarm will not stop at your border. After you fall, they will follow the old path across the void." Rylox frowned. "The old path? To where?" Aaron looked directly into the captain's eyes. "To Earth." A shockwave of silence hit the command deck. Saran whispered, "Earth still exists." Aaron nodded. "Earth lives. Stronger than ever. Hidden. Protected. Prepared." The alien stared at him, realizing humanity did something no galaxy expected. They survived in the dark. They grew powerful in exile. They became more advanced than every empire combined. Aaron then paused, letting the silence settle before he said, "Your council will not believe you. They trust only their pride." Rylox lowered his head. "You are right. They will deny everything." Aaron continued. "But you must still warn them. When the council refuses, remember this." His voice turned deeper, colder. "Humanity will still fight." Saran gasped. "Even if we refuse help?" Aaron nodded once. "We do not fight for the council. We fight for the galaxy itself." The room felt frozen. Then Aaron's hologram changed, showing dozens, then hundreds, then thousands of massive Terran ships hidden in deep space. Saran stumbled backward. "Sir, is that your fleet?" Aaron answered with quiet strength. "This is only one arm of the Terran Deep Fleet. This is not our full force." Fear and awe spread through the alien officers like wildfire. Humans were not just back. They were ready. They were powerful beyond imagination. Aaron looked at Rylox one last time. "Prepare your people. Prepare your worlds. The first wave of the Void Swarm will reach your borders in 8 days. Rylox felt cold fear grip his heart. Commander, will you stand with us? Aaron gave a slow nod, firm and absolute. Yes. But remember, unity is your choice. Survival is ours to protect. The hologram faded. The aliens now knew one truth. Humanity had returned not as victims, but as the galaxy's final shield. Captain Rylox had barely recovered from the shock of Commander Aaron's warning when the first distress signal arrived. It was faint, broken, filled with static. An officer tuned the frequency, and slowly, a terrified voice cracked through the bridge speakers. Sector X-94, we are under attack, unknown ships, engines failing, they are eating the station. Then silence. No explosion. No scream. Just silence, like the entire station vanished in one breath. Rylox's blood ran cold. Get that transmission on screen. Now. The hologram lit up, showing grainy visuals. A border watchpost spun helplessly in space, half of it missing, as if something had bitten into the metal. Strange shapes moved in the shadows, long, sharp, insect-like outlines crawling across the remains of the station. Saran whispered, "Sir, those are not ships. They look alive." Rylox felt fear grab his spine. The Void Swarm. The station was pulled into a black hole-like vortex, the same dark signature Aaron showed them earlier. And then, everything was gone. No debris. No survivors. Just empty space. A second signal arrived. Then a third. Then 10 more. All the same. Border worlds burning. Outposts losing power. Fleets disappearing without a fight. The swarm's arrival was not an invasion. It was a quiet erasing of everything in its path. Saran finally spoke, trembling. "Sir. Commander Aaron was right. We must warn the Council." Rylox nodded. "Send the report. And pray they listen." The Galactic Council. Across the galaxy, in a massive golden hall filled with proud representatives from every major empire, the Council gathered for an emergency session. They were known for arrogance. For ignoring warnings. For trusting their own political games more than the truth. And today, they proved it again. The Zelthar envoy stood tall, broadcasting the footage from the destroyed outposts. Gasps echoed through the chamber. But instead of fear, most council members responded with denial. The Archon representative scoffed. "This is obviously a Zelthar malfunction. Your stations are old." The Valtorian delegate waved his hand. "We have seen no such threat." "You are exaggerating." The Corran ambassador sneered, "And what of this so-called Terran ship? Humans are gone. You bring us fairy tales." Rylox gripped the edge of the council podium, frustrated. "We saw them with our own eyes. Commander Aaron Hale warned us of the swarm. Look at the patterns, these attacks match his description exactly." But arrogance filled the room stronger than truth. The council leader stood, her voice cold and sharp. "The council does not take orders from ghosts and myths. Humanity is extinct. And your panic is unnecessary." Rylox felt his chest burn. "Your pride will kill us all." "Order," the leader snapped. "You are dismissed." The hologram link cut off, leaving Rylox staring at a dark screen. Saran clenched his fists. "They refused." Rylox nodded weakly. "They refused everything." Saran whispered, "Then the galaxy is doomed." Rylox turned toward the viewport, looking at the quiet starfield. "Not yet," he said. "Not while the humans are still here." The first wave of the Void Swarm. 4 hours later, the swarm reached the inner borders. Dozens of black, spiked creatures the size of small moons appeared from the void, moving not like machines, but like a coordinated hive. Their bodies were covered in shifting plates that absorbed all light, making them look like living shadows. Red fissures glowed along their skin, pulsing with hunger. They did not send warnings. They did not communicate. They only advanced. A combined force of 5 alien fleets assembled to defend the border, almost 3,000 ships. Their admirals believed numbers were enough. They were wrong. The swarm opened with a single roar, a deep sound that shook space itself. The vibration cracked shields, disabled engines, smashed weapons. Hundreds of alien ships were torn apart in seconds. The remaining fleet scattered in panic. Rylox watched the battle from a distance, horrified. We cannot stop them, nobody can stop them. Saran's voice cracked. Sir, what do we do? Rylox closed his eyes. We call them. Call who? Rylox turned to the communication officer. Send a distress signal to the Terran Deep Fleet. Tell them, we need their help. The message to the humans. A long silence followed after the message went out. Minutes passed. Then an hour. The border fleets were dying. Flames spread across the outer rim. Planets evacuated in terror. The galaxy was losing hope. Finally, a soft blue light appeared on the screen. Commander Aaron Hale returned. His expression was calm, but this time, there was no softness in his voice. We received your call. Rylox exhaled in relief. Commander, please, the swarm is destroying everything. Aaron nodded slowly. We saw. And now, we move. The hologram zoomed out. And behind Aaron, the darkness of space lit up. Shadow after shadow decloaked. Not one ship. Not 10 ships. Thousands of Terran war vessels filled the screen. Massive carriers. Silent dreadnoughts. Spearhead destroyers. Black-armored cruisers. All glowing with the same calm blue pulse. Saran fell to his knees. This is impossible. Aaron spoke one final line before the hologram faded. The Terran fleet enters the war now. And for the first time in years, the galaxy felt hope. The void trembled. The stars dimmed. And for the first time in thousands of years, the galaxy witnessed something it never expected to see again. Humanity returning from the dark. Commander Aaron Hale stood at the center of his command bridge, hands folded behind his back, as thousands of Terran ships decloaked across the sector. Each vessel appeared like a silent shadow turning into solid reality, massive, sleek, painted in dark alloys that absorbed light. No engines roared. No weapons screamed. The Terran fleet moved like a single living mind. Captain Rylox watched the scene from his ship, breathless. This cannot be real. Saran whispered, we feared humans were gone, but they were only preparing. The Terran dreadnoughts lined up in perfect formation, creating a massive wall of power that stretched across space like an endless storm front. Then, in calm, steady voice, Commander Aaron issued the order. Terran Deep Fleet, hold position. Begin swarm analysis. A soft blue wave spread from every Terran warship, clean, precise, elegant. It scanned the void swarm, reading every movement, every frequency, every weak spot. Alien officers stared in disbelief. Their scanners took minutes. Human scanners took seconds. Aaron turned to his officers. His voice remained calm. We attack only once. And we attack correctly. The void swarm advances. The swarm roared as the Terran fleet appeared. Every creature pulsed with red light, and their mass moved forward like a tidal wave. Long limbs extended, and sharp metallic plates opened like monstrous wings. The aliens panicked. The swarm had destroyed 5 fleets earlier. This one was bigger. Saran whispered, Sir, if the humans fail, the galaxy falls today. Rylox nodded. Then pray they don't fail. The Terran strategy. Inside Aaron's ship, holograms flashed rapidly, swarm patterns, attack lines, energy pulse signatures. The human officers, focused, steady, watched silently. Aaron raised his hand. Target their neural nodes. An officer responded, coordinates locked. Activate graviton lances. The room hummed softly. Fire. The first human strike. A silent flash. No thunder. No smoke. No dramatic explosion. Just a thin silver beam of light, so sharp and straight that it looked like a needle piercing the void. It struck the center of the swarm. And everything stopped. The beam didn't destroy ships. It destroyed control. The swarm's hive mind flickered. Creatures froze mid-movement. Red pulses dimmed. The galaxy gasped. Saran stuttered, what was that? Rylox whispered, their entire strategy collapsed in one strike. Aaron spoke calmly through the comms. Swarm coordination disrupted. Initiate ripple torpedoes. Thousands of blue torpedoes launched, slow, glowing like falling stars. They didn't explode. They simply passed through the frozen swarm creatures. Where the torpedoes touched, the dark plates cracked, fell apart, and melted into glowing dust. In less than 2 minutes, hundreds of swarm organisms dissolved into nothing. The aliens stared, speechless. The swarm's counterattack. But the void swarm was not finished. The second wave pushed forward, bigger, faster, evolving instantly to counter human attacks. New limbs extended, new plates formed, new energy signatures ignited. Saran shouted, they're adapting. Rylox gritted his teeth. Can the humans handle this? Before he finished speaking, the Terran fleet changed shape. Not panicking. Not struggling. Simply, adapting back. Human ships shifted formation. Dreadnoughts moved to the front. Smaller cruisers formed a circular defense ring. Carrier ships opened their bays, releasing black fighters with glowing wings. Aaron spoke with absolute calm. All units, defensive mode. Prepare planetary shield protocol. Saran blinked. Planetary what? Rylox's eyes widened. He isn't defending the fleet. He's defending the galaxy. The final human weapon. A deep hum spread across the Terran ships. The blue lines on their hulls glowed brighter and brighter until they merged into a single pulse, a massive wave traveling across the entire fleet. Aaron lifted his hand. Released the Aegis pulse. And the galaxy saw something beautiful. A massive blue shield, wider than any star system, unfolded like a veil of light. It swept across space, passing through alien ships harmlessly, protecting them like a warm breeze. But when it touched the swarm shattered. The dark creatures screamed without sound, their bodies dissolving into pure dust. Their energy collapsed. Their hive mind shattered into empty static. Within seconds, the entire second wave evaporated. Silence returned to the galaxy. The threat was gone. The aftermath. Every alien officer fell silent. Rylox felt tears fill his eyes, not of fear, but of awe. Humans, saved us. Commander Aaron appeared again on the communication screens, calm and steady as always. The Void Swarm's first 2 waves are destroyed. More may come. Rylox bowed his head. Commander, the galaxy owes humanity everything. Aaron shook his head gently. We did not return for gratitude. We returned because life deserves a chance to survive. The word struck every heart. From this day, Aaron continued, Earth stands with the galaxy. Not above it. Not below it. With it. Rylox whispered, the galaxy will never forget this. Aaron nodded once more. Then remember one thing. Humanity never feared the dark. We learned how to conquer it. The communication ended. And in the silent, peaceful void, the Terran fleet stood like a wall of light. Earth's final promise to the galaxy. Humanity had returned. And this time, they would not be ignored.